headlines, and we'll definitely come back to that top story tonight. President-elect William Ruto today also met all elected members of parliament and governors under the Kenya Kwanza umbrella at the first meeting geared towards giving direction on legislative agenda for his alliance. The meeting, which was also included 10 independently elected members of parliament, sought to familiarize members with key priority areas of the Kenya Kwanza administration after his swearing in. And as Murimi Mwangi reports, Ruto and Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua used that meeting to hit back at some members of the outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration of alleged continued harassment even after their victory.
2 days since electoral body IEBC's declaration of the August 9th presidential result, President-elect William Ruto and his deputy-elect Rigathi Gachagua convened the first caucus of all elected members of the National Assembly, women representatives, senators, governors, and their deputies under the Kenya Kwanza umbrella. The critical order of business being a breakdown of how he intends to implement the coalition campaign manifesto once sworn into office.
After we go through the processes that are ahead of us, we will shortly settle down to getting Kenya working. I want to ask each and every one of you, as I do ask all leaders in Kenya, to join hands so that we can take the country forward.
With the 13th Parliament set to convene soon to elect speakers of the two houses and fill leadership slots, Ruto has begun the hunt for majority numbers in both houses. At the meeting, Ruto unveiled members elected from fringe political parties that had since decamped to his coalition, as well as 10 independent elected members of parliament. And Ruto says he means business.
We are going to have a discussion so that we can adjust and amend the standing orders to make it possible for cabinet secretaries to get to the floor of the House and answer questions and explain government policy on the floor of the House.
Ruto's boss and outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta was yet again on the spot as the president-elect and his deputy-elect lamented what they termed as continued attempts to intimidate their supporters despite the declaration of the poll results.
From the DCI, EACC, county commissioners, deputy county commissioners, chiefs, assistant chiefs. Yeah? I mean, we can't even believe it. I think this is a historic election where what had been mobilized has been brought to nothing.
Can you imagine that somebody actually reached the chairman of IEBC and punched him? Can you imagine that people actually injured the commissioners of IEBC and staff?
What we're asking is that for the remaining few days, these people should not tire us. I'm not even thinking about them, of what they are trying to do. Because there has come a time when Israel must go. And the final word from Moses to Pharaoh was that let people go.
Public service will be professional, and I expect that the public service will serve Kenyans equally, without any preference to tribe, communities, or any preference to political affiliations.
With the likely petition now the only final hurdle to State House, Ruto begins crafting his government in earnest as his legal team prepares for the Supreme Court showdown. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News in Karen.
In the local language, they will say, we move. Now, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party leadership has resolved to front Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka to contest for the position of Speaker